Dare to Want More, the Ambition Blueprint. Introduction. Why dare to want more? Do you ever catch yourself daydreaming about a different life? A life where you're not just getting by, but thriving, where you're doing something meaningful, exciting, or impactful? Maybe you see someone else living their dream and wonder, how did they get there? Can I do that too? The answer is yes, you can. But it starts with one simple, yet powerful step: daring to want more. To want more means to believe in your own potential. It means refusing to settle for just okay or good enough. It means deciding that your life deserves to be filled with passion, purpose, and growth. But here's the truth. Wanting more isn't always easy. It takes courage. It takes persistence. It means stepping out of your comfort zone and facing uncertainty head-on. As a student, this time in your life can feel overwhelming. You have school, exams, social pressures, maybe work or family responsibilities, all demanding your energy. Sometimes, ambition might feel like a luxury you can't afford. But in reality, ambition is the key that unlocks doors to opportunities and experiences you might not even know exist yet. This book is designed to be your guide and your motivation. It's a blueprint to understand what ambition really is, how it works, and how you can cultivate it no matter your current situation. You will learn how to build a growth mindset, set clear and meaningful goals, develop self-discipline, manage fears, and create daily habits that keep you moving forward. You'll also discover how important your environment, your relationships, and your resilience are in shaping your success. Because ambition isn't a solo journey. It's shaped by the people you surround yourself with and the choices you make every day. One of the biggest myths about ambition is that it's something you either have or don't, but ambition is a skill, like learning to ride a bike or playing an instrument. It can be developed, strengthened, and refined over time with practice and the right mindset. Imagine waking up every morning excited about the day ahead, knowing you are working towards something that matters deeply to you. Imagine feeling confident in your ability to overcome obstacles and bounce back from failures. Imagine living a life where you don't just dream, but do. That's the life this book aims to help you create. So, what does it really mean to dare to want more? It means refusing to let fear or doubt hold you back. It means choosing to believe that your future is not fixed, but flexible, shaped by your actions, decisions, and attitude. It means setting big goals, knowing you might stumble, but committing to get up and keep going. If you're ready to take control of your life and unleash the power of your ambition, then this is your blueprint. Let's begin this journey together. Chapter 1. Understanding Ambition. What is ambition? Ambition is a word you've probably heard a lot, but what does it really mean? At its core, ambition is a strong desire to achieve something meaningful, something that pushes you to be better and do more. It's the inner drive that motivates you to set goals, work hard, and grow. Ambition isn't about wanting more stuff or trying to outdo others. It's about wanting more for yourself, more learning, more experiences, more growth, and more impact. It's a personal commitment to becoming the best version of yourself. Imagine ambition as a flame inside you. Sometimes it burns bright, sometimes it flickers, but it's always there, waiting to be nurtured. When you feed that flame with clear goals, positive habits, and belief in yourself, it grows into a powerful force that can change your life. The psychology of ambition. Psychologists have studied ambition and found it is deeply connected to motivation, the internal energy that moves us toward our goals. Ambition activates parts of your brain that release dopamine, a chemical that makes you feel pleasure and satisfaction when you make progress. This means ambition is not just a mental state, but a biological response that rewards effort and persistence. But ambition also involves more than just wanting something. It requires focus, self-discipline, and the ability to delay gratification, the skill to wait for bigger rewards instead of quick pleasures. This is why ambition is often linked with success, because it helps you keep going even when things get tough. Scientists also talk about goal orientation. Some people are performance-oriented, focused on proving their ability to others, while others are learning-oriented, focused on mastering skills and improving. The good news is that you can train yourself to develop a learning-oriented ambition, which leads to better long-term growth and satisfaction. Ambition, desire, and need. What's the difference? It's easy to confuse ambition with desire or need, but they are different. Desire is a feeling of wanting something like craving a snack or wanting to watch a movie. Need is something essential, like food, water, or safety. Ambition goes deeper. It's about purpose and commitment. For example, you might desire a new phone because it looks cool, and you need food to stay healthy. But ambition is wanting to become a doctor because you want to help people and make a difference. It's not just about immediate wants, but long-term goals that align with your values. Ambition often requires sacrifice. It asks you to trade short-term comfort for long-term gain. You might have to study instead of hanging out, or work through challenges when others give up. That's why ambition is a choice, a decision to invest in yourself and your future. Why ambition matters for students. As a student, your ambition can be your greatest asset. It fuels your motivation to learn, grow, and succeed. Ambition pushes you to take on challenges, develop new skills, and prepare for the future you want. But ambition isn't only about grades or career success. It's about becoming a confident, capable person who can navigate life's ups and downs. It helps you build resilience, adapt to change, and stay focused on what matters. Many students struggle with distractions, fear of failure, and uncertainty about their path. Ambition helps you cut through the noise and focus on your goals. It gives you a reason to keep going when things get tough and reminds you that your efforts matter. Common myths about ambition. There are some myths about ambition that can hold you back. Ambition means being selfish. Actually, ambition often leads to helping others because you're growing your ability to contribute. Ambition requires perfection. No one is perfect. Ambition is about progress, not perfection. Ambitious people are born that way. Ambition can be developed by anyone who is willing to work for it. Ambition means you'll never be satisfied. True ambition balances wanting more with appreciating what you have. Understanding these myths helps you approach ambition in a healthy, balanced way. How to recognize your ambition. Sometimes ambition hides behind fear or doubt. You might feel restless, curious, or unsatisfied but don't know why. These feelings can be signs that your ambition is waiting to be discovered. Try asking yourself, what excites me? What problems do I want to solve? What kind of life do I want to build? Who do I admire and why? Your answers reveal what matters to you and can guide your ambition. The first step, choosing to want more. Ambition begins with a choice deciding to want more for yourself. This doesn't mean you have to have everything figured out today. It means committing to growth and possibility. This choice is powerful because it sets your mind and heart on a new path. It opens your eyes to opportunities and fuels your motivation. Daring to want more is a daily decision. Some days it's easier, other days harder. But each time you choose ambition over comfort, you build strength and confidence. Chapter 2. Cultivating a Growth Mindset. The power of your mindset. Imagine two students facing the same difficult math problem. One thinks, I can't do this. I'm just not good at math. The other says, this is tough, but if I keep trying, I'll get better. Who do you think will succeed? The difference between these two students is their mindset. Your mindset, the way you think about your abilities and potential, shapes how you approach challenges, setbacks, and success. It influences how you handle failure, how much effort you put in, and ultimately, how far your ambition can take you. At the heart of ambition is a growth mindset. the belief that your abilities, intelligence, and talents can be developed through dedication and hard work. This mindset is the foundation for lifelong learning and growth. Fixed versus growth mindset. Psychologist Carol Dweck, one of the leading researchers on motivation, introduced the concepts of fixed and growth mindsets. Fixed mindset. People with a fixed mindset believe their abilities are static and unchangeable. They think, I'm just not good at this, or I don't have what it takes. They tend to avoid challenges, give up easily, and feel threatened by others' success. Growth mindset. People with a growth mindset believe they can improve through effort, learning, and persistence. They embrace challenges, see failure as a learning opportunity, and find inspiration in others' achievements. Most people have a mix of both mindsets depending on the situation. The good news is that mindset can be changed. You can cultivate a growth mindset to fuel your ambition and success. Why a growth mindset matters for ambition. Ambition requires you to aim high, take risks, and overcome obstacles. Without the right mindset, setbacks can discourage you and stop your progress. A fixed mindset creates limits, while a growth mindset expands your possibilities. Students with a growth mindset see mistakes as stepping stones, not dead ends. Believe their effort directly impacts their success. Are more resilient in the face of criticism or failure. Are more curious, open to feedback, and eager to learn. Take control of their own learning journey. When you develop a growth mindset, you build confidence not because you're perfect, but because you trust your ability to improve. How mindset influences learning and motivation. Your mindset shapes how you interpret challenges. For example, fixed mindset reaction. I failed this test. I'm not smart enough. I might as well give up. Growth mindset reaction. I didn't do well on this test, but I can study differently and improve next time. This simple shift in thinking can change everything. Instead of seeing failure as proof of inadequacy, you see it as information feedback that guides your next steps. Motivation also thrives in a growth mindset. When you believe your actions matter, you're more likely to put in effort, practice deliberately, and persist through difficulties. Common obstacles to a growth mindset. Despite its benefits, many students struggle to maintain a growth mindset. Here are some common obstacles. Fear of failure. Failure can feel painful or embarrassing, making it tempting to avoid risks. Perfectionism. Wanting to be perfect can create pressure that makes trying new things scary. Comparisons. Constantly comparing yourself to others can create doubt and discourage effort. Fixed labels. Believing you are just not good at a subject or skill can become a self-fulfilling prophecy. External judgments. Negative feedback or criticism can be internalized as personal failure instead of constructive advice. Recognizing these obstacles is the first step to overcoming them. Practical steps to develop a growth mindset. Changing your mindset isn't about magic. It's about consistent practice. Here are actionable steps you can take. 1. Embrace challenges. Step outside your comfort zone regularly. Whether it's tackling a tough assignment or learning a new skill, challenges help you grow. When you face difficulty, remind yourself that this is an opportunity to stretch your abilities. Try to say to yourself, "This is hard, but I can learn from it." 2. Replace negative self-talk. Pay attention to your internal dialogue. When you catch yourself thinking, "I can't," or "I'm not good enough," consciously reframe it. Examples. Instead of "I'm bad at this," say, "I'm learning how to do this." Instead of "I'll never understand," say, "I need to try a different approach." Positive self-talk rewires your brain to be more supportive and encouraging. 3. Focus on effort, not just results. Effort is the pathway to success. Celebrate how hard you work and the progress you make, not just the grades or outcomes. For example, Keep a journal of your daily efforts and small wins. Reflect on what strategies helped you improve. 4. Learn from mistakes. When you make a mistake, pause and analyze. What did I learn from this? What can I do differently next time? How can this experience help me grow? Mistakes are valuable lessons that fuel growth if you choose to see them that way. 5. Seek feedback actively. Instead of fearing criticism, seek it out. Ask teachers, mentors, or friends for advice on how to improve. Remember, feedback is a tool for growth, not a judgment on your worth. 6. Celebrate growth in others. Admire others' achievements without envy. Use their success as inspiration to fuel your own ambition. This shifts your mindset from competition to collaboration and learning. The role of curiosity and passion. Curiosity, the desire to learn and understand, is closely linked to a growth mindset. When you're curious, you're more willing to explore, experiment, and ask questions. Passion, deep interest in a subject or activity makes effort feel less like a chore and more like joy. When you combine curiosity and passion, your ambition gains momentum. Finding what excites you can make all the difference. If you're unsure, try different activities, clubs, or subjects. Pay attention to what makes you lose track of time or feel energized. Growth mindset and goal setting. A growth mindset changes how you set and pursue goals. Instead of setting rigid goals like get an A in math, set process goals like practice math problems for 30 minutes every day. Focus on mastery and improvement, not just outcomes. Break big goals into smaller, manageable steps to build confidence and momentum. Track progress and adjust your strategies based on what you learn. This approach reduces pressure and increases your chances of success. Stories of growth mindset in action. Let's look at some inspiring examples. Thomas Edison failed thousands of times before inventing the light bulb. He famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 0 ways that won't work." J.K. Rowling, before publishing Harry Potter, faced numerous rejections and personal hardships, but kept refining her writing and persevering. Michael Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team, but used that setback to train harder and become one of the greatest athletes ever. These stories remind us that talent alone isn't enough. Ambition combined with a growth mindset drives extraordinary success. Building a growth mindset community. Your environment influences your mindset. Surround yourself with people who encourage growth, learning, and positivity. Join study groups or clubs where effort and curiosity are valued. Find mentors who support your development. Avoid negativity or those who discourage your ambitions. Together, you'll create a supportive network that fuels your growth. Mindset exercises for students. Here are some practical exercises to embed a growth mindset. Reflection journal. Write daily about one challenge you faced and what you learned. Growth affirmations. Repeat phrases like, "I am a learner," "mistakes help me grow," and "effort leads to success." Visualization. Imagine yourself succeeding through hard work and persistence. Challenge log. Keep track of new challenges you've taken on and how you handled them. The link between growth mindset and ambition. Ambition without a growth mindset can lead to frustration or burnout when obstacles arise. But when you cultivate a growth mindset, ambition becomes sustainable and empowering. You start to see setbacks as temporary, learning as ongoing, and potential as limitless. This mindset keeps your fire burning even when the path is steep. Your ambition blueprint begins with your mindset. By choosing to develop a growth mindset, you're building the foundation for everything else in this book: goal setting, discipline, resilience, and success. Growth is a journey, not a destination. There will be days of doubt, struggle, and setbacks. That's normal. What matters is that you keep coming back to your ambition, fueled by the belief that you can grow and achieve more. Dare to want more and cultivate the mindset that will carry you there. Chapter 3. Setting Ambitious Goals with Purpose. Why Goals Matter. Ambition without clear goals is like a ship without a compass. You may have the desire to go far, but without direction, you risk drifting aimlessly. Setting goals gives your ambition a roadmap, a way to measure progress and stay motivated through challenges. But not all goals are created equal. To truly harness your ambition and achieve extraordinary results, your goals must be ambitious and purposeful. What makes a goal ambitious? Ambitious goals push you beyond your comfort zone. They inspire excitement and challenge you to stretch your abilities. These goals are not about settling for good enough or playing it safe. They're about reaching for what seems just out of reach. Think about the difference between these two goals. Safe goal: I want to pass my next exam. Ambitious goal: I want to be the top student in my class. Both are valid, but the ambitious goal demands more effort, creativity, and persistence. Ambitious goals spark growth. They compel you to develop new skills, build resilience, and overcome obstacles. But ambition alone isn't enough. Without purpose, even the biggest goal can feel empty. The importance of purpose. Purpose is the why behind your goals. It connects your ambition to something meaningful, giving you fuel when motivation wanes. Imagine two students both aiming to start their own businesses. One just wants money and prestige. The other wants to solve a real problem in their community. Which student is more likely to stick with it through tough times? Purpose makes your ambition personal and powerful. It aligns your goals with your values and passions. When you have purpose, challenges feel like necessary steps towards something bigger. How to find your purpose. Discovering your purpose can take time and reflection, but here are some steps to help. 1. Reflect on your passions. What activities or subjects excite you? When do you feel most alive and engaged? Write down your interests and explore how they might connect to larger goals. 2. Identify your values. What matters most to you? Is it helping others, creativity, independence, or something else? Your goals should align with your core values to feel meaningful. 3. Consider your strengths. What are you naturally good at? How can you use those talents toward ambitious goals? Knowing your strengths helps you set realistic yet challenging goals. 4. Think about impact. How do you want to contribute to the world? What difference do you want to make? Purpose often comes from thinking beyond yourself. SMART goals: making ambition actionable. Once you have a clear sense of your purpose, it's time to set goals that turn ambition into action. One popular method is the SMART goal framework. Specific: your goal should be clear and well-defined. Instead of, I want to get better at math, say, I want to improve my algebra skills by completing 10 practice problems every day. Measurable: you need a way to track progress. How will you know when you've achieved your goal? Achievable: your goal should be challenging but realistic, given your current resources and time. Relevant: make sure the goal aligns with your broader ambitions and purpose. Time-bound: set a deadline to create urgency and focus. For example, an ambitious but SMART goal might be, I will improve my algebra score by 20% on the next exam by practicing for 30 minutes every day for the next 6 weeks. Breaking down big goals. Big goals can feel overwhelming. That's why breaking them into smaller, manageable steps is critical. Imagine your goal is to launch a successful YouTube channel by the end of the year. It's a big goal, but you can break it down. Research content ideas. Week 1. Create a content calendar. Week 2. Film first 3 videos. Weeks 3-4. Edit and upload videos. Weeks 5-6. Promote on social media. Week 7. Analyze feedback and adjust. Week 8. By focusing on one step at a time, you build momentum and avoid burnout. Visualizing your goals. Visualization is a powerful tool used by successful people across all fields. It involves imagining yourself achieving your goals in vivid detail. Take a few minutes each day to picture how you'll feel when you reach your goal, the steps you take to get there, the challenges you overcome. Visualization creates a mental blueprint that primes your brain for success. It increases motivation and confidence. Writing down your goals. Studies show that writing down your goals makes you more likely to achieve them. Putting goals on paper turns vague ideas into commitments. Create a goal journal or digital document where you write your long-term ambitions. Break them into short-term goals. Track your progress. Reflect on challenges and successes. Review your goals regularly to keep them fresh and adjust as needed. Accountability, a secret weapon. Accountability means having someone or something that holds you responsible for your progress. It's a powerful way to stay motivated. Ways to build accountability. Share your goals with a friend, mentor, or family member. Join a study group or ambition-focused community. Use apps or planners with reminders and progress tracking. Set rewards for milestones reached. Knowing someone else is watching your progress increases commitment and reduces procrastination. Overcoming fear and doubt. Ambitious goals often bring fear of failure, judgment, or not being good enough. These fears are normal, but they don't have to stop you. Here's how to tackle fear. Acknowledge it. Name your fear. Sometimes simply recognizing it reduces its power. Reframe failure. See mistakes as feedback and learning opportunities. Focus on growth. Remember that skills and abilities improve with effort. Take small steps. Break big fears into smaller challenges. Seek support. Talk to mentors, friends, or counselors. Doubt is natural, but doesn't define your potential. Keep reminding yourself why you want more and what you're capable of. The role of passion and persistence. Passion, deep enthusiasm for your goal, keeps the fire burning. When you're passionate, effort feels more like joy than work. Persistence means showing up every day, even when motivation dips. It's the refusal to quit, the grit to keep going. Ambitious students combine passion and persistence to push past obstacles and keep improving. Learning from setbacks. Setbacks are inevitable on the path to ambition. A failed test, a rejected application, or a missed opportunity can sting. But setbacks are not the end, they are part of the process. Use setbacks to reflect on what went wrong, adjust your approach, strengthen your resolve. Successful people often credit their failures as the moments that taught them the most. Celebrating progress. Ambition is a journey. Celebrate small victories along the way to stay motivated. Reward yourself for reaching milestones. Share successes with your support network. Reflect on how far you've come. Celebration reinforces positive behavior and builds confidence. Examples of ambitious goal setting. Let's look at how some famous achievers set goals. Elon Musk set an ambitious goal to revolutionize space travel and electric cars. He broke these into smaller steps, building rockets, launching satellites, developing electric vehicles, and persisted despite failures. Malala Yousafzai aimed to promote education for girls worldwide, setting clear goals to advocate, write, and speak out despite dangerous opposition. Serena Williams set goals to become a top tennis player, focusing on daily practice, nutrition, and mental strength. Their ambitions were huge, but their clear goals and purposeful actions made success possible. Your ambition blueprint. Now, it's your turn. Use the lessons from this chapter to craft your own ambition blueprint. Define your purpose. Why do you want to achieve more? Set ambitious but smart goals aligned with your purpose. Break big goals into smaller steps. Visualize success regularly. Write down your goals and track progress. Build accountability into your plan. Prepare to face fear and setbacks with persistence. Celebrate progress to stay motivated. Chapter 4. Building Momentum from Ambition to Action. The gap between ambition and achievement. You've set ambitious goals with clear purpose. You've envisioned success and crafted a plan. But now what? How do you move from dreaming to doing? This chapter is about building momentum, the powerful force that propels you forward and turns ambition into real, measurable progress. Momentum is like a snowball rolling downhill. At first, it's slow and small, but as it picks up speed, it gains size and power until it's unstoppable. The good news is that momentum can be created and strengthened with the right mindset, habits, and strategies. Without momentum, even the best goals remain ideas. With momentum, they become reality. Why momentum matters. Momentum creates positive cycles. When you take consistent action, you build confidence and motivation, which fuel more action. It reduces friction and procrastination because progress feels natural and rewarding. On the other hand, when momentum is lacking, starting is hard, obstacles feel overwhelming, and motivation fades quickly. This is why many students struggle to follow through despite their ambition. The psychology of momentum. Psychologists call this the progress principle, the idea that small wins lead to bigger wins by creating a sense of accomplishment and forward movement. When you achieve even minor progress, your brain releases dopamine, the feel-good neurotransmitter. This boosts your mood and encourages you to keep going. Momentum also reduces decision fatigue. Instead of constantly debating whether to start or continue, your habits and progress create an automatic drive forward. How to create momentum. Start small and build up. Many ambitious students make the mistake of trying to do too much at once. This can lead to burnout or frustration. The secret to building momentum is to start small, even tiny actions, and then gradually increase. For example, if your goal is to write a research paper, start by writing just one sentence or one paragraph a day. Once that becomes routine, increase to a page. Soon, you'll find it easier to write for longer stretches. Small wins create a chain reaction. You start the task. You complete a small part. You feel good about progress. You want to keep going. This approach lowers resistance and builds confidence step by step. The power of routine. Momentum thrives on routine. When action becomes habitual, it requires less willpower and energy. Create a daily or weekly routine aligned with your goals. Dedicate a specific time for study or practice. Prepare your materials in advance. Remove distractions during that time. Start with a warm-up or easier task to get going. The more consistent your routine, the more momentum you build. Tracking your progress. Keeping track of your progress is a powerful motivator. It makes your efforts visible and provides feedback. Ways to track progress. Use a journal or planner to record daily achievements. Mark off completed tasks on a checklist. Use apps designed for goal tracking or habit building. Celebrate milestones with small rewards. Seeing your progress builds excitement and helps maintain momentum. Overcoming procrastination. Procrastination is the enemy of momentum. It creates gaps and stops your progress before it begins. To fight procrastination, break tasks into very small, manageable steps. Use the 2-minute rule. If a task takes less than 2 minutes, do it immediately. Set timers for focused work sessions, like the Pomodoro technique. 25 minutes work, 5 minutes break. Eliminate distractions. Turn off notifications. Clear your workspace. Remind yourself of the reasons behind your goals. Remember, the hardest part is often starting. Once you start, momentum carries you forward. Embracing consistency over perfection. Perfectionism can kill momentum. Waiting for the perfect moment or perfect plan delays action. Momentum comes from consistency, not perfection. Doing something regularly, even if it's imperfect, is more effective than sporadic bursts of effort. Aim for progress, not perfection. Give yourself permission to make mistakes and learn as you go. Using accountability to keep momentum. As we discussed in Chapter 3, accountability is a key driver of ambition. It's equally vital for maintaining momentum. When you know others are watching your progress or expect updates, you're more likely to follow through. Ways to build accountability. Share your goals with a friend or mentor. Join study groups or clubs with similar ambitions. Use social media or blogs to publicly track progress. Set regular check-ins to report on your milestones. Accountability creates external motivation that supports your internal drive. Managing energy for sustainable momentum. Momentum isn't just about mental focus. It requires physical and emotional energy, too. Here are strategies for managing energy. Prioritize sleep. Aim for 7-9 hours a night. Eat nutritious meals to fuel your brain. Exercise regularly to boost mood and stamina. Take breaks to prevent burnout. Practice mindfulness or meditation to reduce stress. When your energy levels are high, it's easier to maintain momentum. Handling setbacks without losing momentum. Setbacks are inevitable. You might miss a deadline, face criticism, or experience self-doubt. The key is how you respond. Accept setbacks as part of the journey. Reflect on what caused the setback without harsh self-judgment. Adjust your plan if needed. Recommit to your goals with renewed focus. Remember, momentum isn't about perfection. It's about resilience and persistence. Visualizing the snowball effect. Picture your momentum like a snowball rolling down a hill. It starts small, slow, and fragile. With each push, action, it grows larger and faster. Obstacles may try to stop it, but the snowball's growing weight makes it harder to stop. Eventually, it becomes unstoppable. Your job is to keep pushing, taking small, consistent actions every day. Over time, your ambition becomes unstoppable. Tips for staying motivated long-term. Maintaining momentum over weeks, months, or years requires intentional effort. Try these strategies. Refresh your why. Revisit your purpose regularly to stay connected to your goals. Mix up your routine. Add variety to prevent boredom. Set new challenges. Push your limits gradually to keep growing. Celebrate progress. Recognize milestones and reward yourself. Surround yourself with support. Stay connected with people who encourage your ambition. Long-term momentum leads to lasting success. Real-life stories of momentum. Consider students like Malala Yousafzai, who faced immense challenges but kept pushing for education rights through consistent, courageous action. Or Elon Musk, who started with small ventures, steadily building momentum that led to breakthroughs in electric vehicles and space travel. Their stories remind us that momentum, built day by day, turns dreams into achievements. Your momentum plan. To harness momentum for your own ambitions, create a simple plan. Identify one small action you can start today. Commit to doing it daily for at least 1 week. Track your progress visually. Share your goal with someone for accountability. Plan how to overcome obstacles. Reflect weekly and adjust your plan. By starting small and building momentum, you turn ambition into unstoppable action. Build your momentum and dare to want more. Chapter 5. Mastering Time, the Entrepreneur's Greatest Asset. Why time is more valuable than money. Imagine you have 100 in your pocket. You might spend it on a coffee, a book, or save it for something special. Now imagine you have 24 hours, a whole day to spend. How would you use it? Time is the one resource every student, entrepreneur, and ambitious person has exactly the same amount of 24 hours each day. Unlike money, time cannot be earned back once it's gone. You cannot save it in a bank or borrow it from a friend. It is truly your most precious asset. How you choose to spend your time determines everything: your achievements, your growth, your relationships, and your happiness. The time challenge for students and entrepreneurs. For students, managing time can feel like a juggling act. Between classes, studying, part-time jobs, social life, and rest, it's easy to feel overwhelmed and stretched too thin. Entrepreneurs face even greater pressure. Building a business demands long hours, constant decision-making, and balancing multiple roles from marketing to finance to customer service. Without mastering time, ambition can quickly burn out. But the good news is that time management is a skill one you can learn and master. The myth of multitasking. Many people pride themselves on multitasking, answering emails during class, scrolling social media while studying, or juggling several projects at once. But research shows multitasking actually reduces productivity by up to 40%. Why? Because your brain can only fully focus on one task at a time. When you switch between tasks, it takes time to refocus. This leads to mistakes, shallow learning, and increased stress. The solution? Single tasking, giving your full attention to one task before moving on to the next. Time audit. Discover how you really spend your time. Before you can improve how you use time, you need to understand your current habits. Try a time audit. For 3 days, write down everything you do and how long it takes. Be honest and include everything: breaks, social media, daydreaming. At the end, look for patterns. Where is your time going? Where are the leaks or distractions? Most people are surprised by how much time slips away unnoticed. The power of prioritization. Ambitious students and entrepreneurs must learn to prioritize effectively. Not all tasks are equally important. Use the Eisenhower matrix to organize your tasks into 4 categories. Urgent and important. Do these tasks immediately, e.g., exams, project deadlines. Important but not urgent. Schedule time for these, e.g., planning, skill building. Urgent but not important. Delegate or minimize, e.g., some emails, interruptions. Neither urgent nor important. Eliminate or reduce, e.g., mindless social media scrolling. Focusing on what truly matters accelerates progress and prevents burnout. The magic of time blocking. Time blocking is a powerful strategy used by successful entrepreneurs and top students. It involves scheduling specific blocks of time for focused work on particular tasks. For example, 8:09 a.m. study math. 9:09 15 a.m. break. 9:15 30 a.m. work on business plan. 10:30 11:00 a.m. emails and communication. Benefits of time blocking. Reduces distractions by limiting when you switch tasks. Creates clear boundaries for work and rest. Helps build momentum through focused sessions. Encourages realistic scheduling and avoids overcommitment. The Pomodoro technique. Work smarter, not longer. One popular time management method is the Pomodoro technique. It breaks work into 25-minute focused intervals, Pomodoros, followed by 5-minute breaks. After 4 Pomodoros, take a longer break of 15-30 minutes. This technique improves concentration and reduces mental fatigue by giving your brain regular rest periods. It's especially useful for students and entrepreneurs working on large or difficult projects. Learning to say no. Ambition often comes with many opportunities and invitations: clubs, events, networking, side projects. While it's tempting to say yes to everything, this can scatter your focus and waste precious time. Learning to say no politely and firmly is essential to protect your time for what matters most. Practice this by clarifying your priorities before committing, offering alternatives if appropriate, e.g., "I can't help with that now, but maybe next month." Remembering that every yes to one thing is a no to something else. Digital minimalism. Take control of technology. Technology is a double-edged sword. It can boost productivity or become the greatest distraction. Adopt digital minimalism. Turn off unnecessary notifications. Use apps that block distracting websites during work time. Schedule specific times to check email and social media instead of constant checking. Keep your workspace clean and tech organized. Using technology intentionally gives you more control over your time. The importance of rest and recovery. Ironically, mastering time means making time for rest. Studies show that people who take regular breaks and get enough sleep perform better and sustain motivation longer. Schedule downtime just as you schedule work. Use this time to recharge with hobbies, socializing, exercise, or meditation. Remember, productivity isn't about working nonstop. It's about working well and balancing energy. Setting deadlines. Create urgency and focus. Deadlines create a sense of urgency that drives action. Even if a task doesn't have a formal deadline, setting your own can help you avoid procrastination. When setting deadlines, be realistic about the time needed. Break large projects into smaller tasks with mini deadlines. Use reminders and alarms. Reward yourself when you meet deadlines. Deadlines convert vague goals into concrete commitments. Planning for flexibility. While structure is important, life is unpredictable. Mastering time also means building flexibility into your schedule. Leave buffer time between tasks for unexpected events or overruns. Be ready to adjust plans without frustration. Flexibility reduces stress and keeps momentum steady. Delegation. Free up your time for what matters. Entrepreneurs especially benefit from delegation, handing off tasks that others can do, so you focus on high-impact work. As a student, delegation might mean forming study groups where members share responsibilities, asking for help with chores to free up study time. In business, delegation involves trusting team members and providing clear instructions. Delegation increases efficiency and develops leadership skills. Time mastery mindset, discipline and self-compassion. Mastering time requires discipline, the ability to stick to plans despite distractions or fatigue. But it also requires self-compassion. If you miss a goal or waste time, avoid harsh self-criticism. Reflect, learn, and move on. Develop a growth mindset about time management. Each day is an opportunity to improve. Real-life time management examples. Look at successful entrepreneurs like Jeff Bezos or Sarah Blakely. They prioritize ruthlessly, protect their focus, and value rest as much as work. Students like Emma Gonzalez use daily planning, self-care, and clear priorities to balance activism, academics, and personal growth. Their stories prove that mastering time isn't about working harder, it's about working smarter. Your time mastery plan. To take control of your time starting today, create your own plan. Conduct a time audit to understand your habits. Identify your top priorities using the Eisenhower matrix. Set daily time blocks for focused work. Use the Pomodoro technique or similar tools. Eliminate distractions and practice digital minimalism. Schedule breaks and rest time. Set clear deadlines. Learn to say no. Delegate where possible. Review your progress weekly and adjust. Master your time, and you master your ambition. Time is your most valuable resource. Use it wisely, dare to want more, and make every moment count. Chapter 6. Building Resilience, Turning Setbacks into Strength. The truth about setbacks. Ambition is a powerful force that pushes you toward your goals, but the path to success is rarely smooth. Setbacks, failures, rejections, mistakes are inevitable. If you want to dare to want more and build an extraordinary life, resilience is your secret weapon. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from adversity, to recover quickly, and grow stronger after challenges. It transforms obstacles into opportunities and setbacks into stepping stones. Why resilience matters for students and entrepreneurs. As a student, you face academic pressure, exams, peer competition, and sometimes uncertainty about the future. Maybe you failed a test or struggled with a difficult subject. These moments can feel discouraging. Entrepreneurs encounter setbacks of their own. Business deals falling through, financial losses, product failures, or criticism. The pressure can be intense. In both worlds, resilience determines who gets up and tries again versus who gives up. It's what separates those who succeed from those who settle. The science of resilience. Psychologists define resilience not as a trait you're born with, but as a skill you can develop. Research shows that resilient people tend to maintain a positive outlook despite challenges, manage emotions effectively, see failures as learning experiences, use problem-solving skills to navigate obstacles. Brain studies reveal that resilience is linked to the prefrontal cortex, the part responsible for reasoning and decision-making. Strengthening this area through mindfulness, reflection, and practice improves your capacity to handle stress. Growth mindset, the foundation of resilience. The concept of a growth mindset, popularized by psychologist Carol Dweck, is critical to resilience. It means believing that your abilities and intelligence can be developed with effort and learning. People with a growth mindset view setbacks as temporary and useful feedback rather than permanent failures. They say things like, "I haven't mastered this yet. What can I learn from this mistake? Challenges help me grow." This mindset encourages persistence and continuous improvement. Reframing failure from fear to fuel. Failure is often feared and avoided, but it's actually a powerful teacher. Reframe failure as a necessary step on the road to success, an opportunity to identify weaknesses and improve, a way to build experience and wisdom. Many famous entrepreneurs failed multiple times before succeeding. Steve Jobs was fired from Apple. Oprah Winfrey was told she was unfit for TV, and Michael Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team. Their stories show that failure is not the opposite of success, it's part of it. Developing emotional regulation. Resilience requires managing your emotional responses to setbacks. It's natural to feel frustration, disappointment, or anger when things go wrong, but how you handle those feelings matters. Practice emotional regulation by naming your emotions. Labeling feelings reduces their intensity. Breathing exercises, deep, slow breaths, calm the nervous system. Journaling, writing about your experience, helps process emotions. Talking it out. Sharing with trusted friends or mentors provides perspective. Emotional mastery prevents rash decisions and supports clear thinking under pressure. Cultivating optimism and hope. Optimism, expecting good outcomes, is strongly linked to resilience. It fuels motivation and inspires action. Hope is more than wishful thinking. It's the belief that you can influence your future through effort. To cultivate optimism, focus on what you can control. Celebrate small wins. Visualize success vividly. Surround yourself with positive influences. An optimistic mindset helps you persevere when the going gets tough. Building a support system. No one achieves greatness alone. Resilient people build networks of support. Mentors who offer guidance. Friends and family who provide encouragement. Peers who share experiences and advice. When facing setbacks, reach out rather than isolate yourself. Talking to others can lighten the burden and spark new solutions. Problem-solving skills, turning challenges into action. Resilience is not passive endurance, it's active problem-solving. When setbacks occur, analyze the situation. What happened? What went wrong? Identify possible solutions. Brainstorm different approaches. Take action. Choose the best option and try it. Evaluate. Did it work? Adjust as needed. Approaching problems methodically reduces overwhelm and increases confidence. Embracing change and uncertainty. Life and business are unpredictable. Resilience means adapting to change rather than resisting it. Practice flexibility by staying curious and open-minded, learning new skills, reassessing goals periodically, being willing to pivot your approach. Entrepreneurs often have to change strategies rapidly. Students, too, benefit from adapting study methods or career plans. Self-care and resilience. Taking care of your physical health supports mental resilience. Regular exercise releases endorphins, natural mood boosters. Balanced nutrition fuels brain function. Adequate sleep restores energy and cognitive function. Mindfulness and meditation reduce stress. Ignoring self-care drains your reserves and weakens your ability to bounce back. Inspirational stories of resilience. Consider the story of J.K. Rowling, who faced poverty, rejection from multiple publishers, and personal struggles before Harry Potter became a global success. Or Malala Yousafzai, who survived an attack for advocating girls' education and became a Nobel Prize laureate. Their resilience shows that ambition combined with grit can overcome the toughest obstacles. Resilience practices for daily life. Start building resilience today with small habits. Reflect daily on what went well and what you learned. Practice gratitude. Focus on what you have, not what you lack. Set realistic, achievable goals to build momentum. Celebrate progress, not just outcomes. Practice patience. Resilience is built over time. The resilient entrepreneur's mindset. For entrepreneurs, setbacks can feel like personal failures, but they're often learning moments for business growth. A resilient entrepreneur sees customer complaints as feedback, treats failures as experiments, keeps a clear vision despite temporary obstacles, learns continuously from the market and competitors. This mindset transforms setbacks into opportunities for innovation. The role of ambition in resilience. Ambition fuels resilience. When your goals are meaningful and exciting, you are more motivated to endure challenges. Remember why you started your journey. Keep your vision alive in moments of doubt. Resilience isn't about avoiding hardship, it's about thriving despite it. By developing emotional regulation, optimism, problem-solving skills, and a support network, you'll turn setbacks into strength. Every challenge is an invitation to grow. With resilience, your ambition becomes unstoppable. Dare to want more and build the resilience to achieve it. Chapter 7. Breaking Barriers, Resilience, and Consistency. Every great achievement in history is a story of resilience. Behind every invention, discovery, or movement lies a person or group who faced failure, rejection, doubt, and adversity and chose to keep going. Ambition alone is not enough. The world is filled with ambitious people who never realized their potential because they gave up when it got hard. Resilience is the grit to push through when progress feels invisible and consistency is the daily decision to keep showing up even when motivation fades. Resilience doesn't mean you never fall. It means you always get back up. Life will test your ambition. You will hear no. You will face delays, criticism, even mockery. But if you want to build an extraordinary life, you must develop the emotional strength to withstand pressure and persist through setbacks. Think of the most successful people you admire: entrepreneurs, athletes, creators. They are not where they are because they never stumbled. They are there because they refused to stay down. This is the mental toughness you must cultivate. Consistency is the quiet companion to ambition. It's not glamorous. It doesn't always feel exciting, but it's where the magic happens. Think of learning an instrument, mastering a sport, or launching a business. The key isn't brilliance. It's regular effort. That means writing every day, even when you're uninspired. Studying when it's boring. Training when you're tired. Doing the work without waiting for the perfect moment. Greatness is built in the grind. You will be tempted to chase shortcuts. You may want quick wins, instant recognition, or the path of least resistance. But here's the truth. Shortcuts often lead to setbacks. Building something meaningful requires time and trust in the process. This doesn't mean you should avoid efficiency or smart strategies, but understand that success takes time. If you sow seeds today and water them regularly, the results will come. Trust in consistency. Let's talk about failure. Most people fear it, but failure is simply feedback. It tells you what doesn't work and guides you toward what might. Don't take failure personally. Don't let it define you. Instead, treat it as a lesson. Every failed exam, broken relationship, or lost opportunity carries a message if you're willing to listen, reflect, learn, adjust. Then, keep moving. The greatest threat to your future is not failure. It's giving up after it. When your ambition hits a wall, pause and ask, why did I start? What do I want most? Reconnect with your vision. Remind yourself of your purpose. This is how you reignite your drive. You don't need to feel motivated every day. Motivation is temporary. Discipline and clarity are what carry you through. Keep your goals visible. Write them down. Revisit them often. Visualize the person you're becoming. Let that image fuel you. You will also need support. Resilience doesn't mean doing everything alone. In fact, strong people ask for help. Build a network of mentors, peers, and friends who challenge and encourage you. Share your journey. Let others lift you when you're down and celebrate with you when you rise. Community fuels consistency. When you surround yourself with disciplined, driven individuals, their habits start to shape yours. Consistency isn't about being perfect. It's about being reliable. Missing a day doesn't mean you've failed. Skipping a study session or losing focus occasionally is human. What matters is that you return. You resume. You recommit. That's how consistency is built, not through flawless execution, but through relentless recommitment. Each time you fall and rise, you strengthen your self-trust, and self-trust is the foundation of a powerful life. To build this resilience and consistency, start with small, repeatable actions. Wake up at the same time. Set study hours. Read 10 pages daily. Practice mindfulness. Exercise. These small acts compound over time. They create a structure that supports your ambition. And when life gets chaotic, as it inevitably will, your habits will anchor you. In moments of doubt, when your goals seem distant or your energy wanes, remember this: every step counts. Every bit of progress matters. Resilience is built one challenge at a time. Consistency is crafted one choice at a time. Don't wait for perfect conditions. Don't wait to feel ready. Begin where you are, with what you have, and keep going. Because in the end, the life you dream of is not created by chance. It is built by resilient, consistent action day after day, no matter what. This is the real blueprint. This is what separates dreamers from doers. So keep daring, keep moving, and hold the line. Living the blueprint. Ambition is more than wanting success. It's about daring to dream audacious dreams, daring to plan for greatness, and daring to take action even when the path is unclear. Ambition is the inner fire that fuels persistence, resilience, creativity, and innovation. It's what separates those who live reactively from those who shape their own futures. Throughout this book, you've seen how ambition is born, nurtured, and realized. You've explored how self-awareness ignites purpose, how mindset molds reality, and how habits and routines build momentum. You've discovered how to handle setbacks, how to stay motivated, and how to create a plan that grows with you. But now comes the most important question. What will you do next? The shift from learning to doing. Knowledge is powerful, but knowledge without action is wasted potential. Many people read books, attend seminars, watch motivational videos, and still live the same lives. The reason? They never move from learning to doing. Real growth happens outside your comfort zone in the arena of action. If ambition is your blueprint, execution is your builder. You must be willing to start before you're ready, to fail forward, and to build confidence through repetition and courage. You don't need to be extraordinary to start. You become extraordinary by starting. Create your goals, break them down into steps, and begin executing today. It may feel small or slow at first, but never underestimate the compound power of consistent action. One small win per day equals 365 in a year. Redefining ambition for a new generation. For far too long, ambition has been associated with greed, selfishness, or ruthless competition. It's time to redefine ambition for what it truly is: a deep desire to contribute, grow, and make a difference in the world. As a student, your ambition has the potential to shape industries, communities, and cultures. You are the next entrepreneur, innovator, artist, teacher, activist, or leader. Your ambitions, however big or small, matter. They influence your family, friends, peers, and potentially the future. Let your ambition reflect your values. Let it be a force of good. Let it be the reason others dare to want more too. The long game. Ambition is not a sprint, it's a marathon. There will be highs and lows, bursts of energy and moments of doubt. The key is to stay in the game. When you're tired, rest but don't quit. When you fail, reflect but don't give up. Play the long game. Think in years, not weeks. Aim to improve by 1% daily. Focus on growth over perfection. Embrace the journey, because the person you become in pursuit of your ambitions is far more important than the goal itself. Remember, success is not a destination. It's a way of living. It's showing up fully, day after day, with intention, courage, and ambition. The power of community. No one achieves greatness alone. Surround yourself with people who uplift, challenge, and inspire you. Find mentors who believe in your potential, friends who hold you accountable, and peers who share your vision. Build your tribe. Share your goals. Celebrate others' wins as if they were your own. As you rise, lift others. The ambitious life is not a solitary one, it's a shared movement. If you can't find the right community, create one. Start a study group, a mastermind, a podcast, a newsletter. Your energy will attract others who believe in daring to want more. Your story isn't written yet. No matter where you are today, whether you're thriving, struggling, or somewhere in between, your story isn't over. Every day is a blank page, and you hold the pen. You have the ability to redefine your identity, reimagine your future, and reset your habits. You are not limited by your past. You are not bound by your circumstances. You are not defined by your failures. You are free to become. The world doesn't need more followers of the status quo. It needs daring dreamers, builders, movers, people who refuse to settle. And that's you. Dare to want more. This book was not written to give you all the answers. It was written to help you ask bigger questions. What am I truly capable of? What legacy do I want to leave? How can I use my ambition to create value? What would I do if I knew I could not fail? Ambition begins where comfort ends. Your greatness begins when you stop waiting for permission and start showing up as the author of your destiny. So dare to want more. Dare to start. Dare to fail. Dare to keep going. Dare to believe in yourself even when no one else does. The blueprint is in your hands. Now build the life you were born to live.